Well, thank you for so much for having me tonight, and first of all, enjoying this phenomenal banquet of this, really incredible foods. I stuffed myself, but I don't feel like I really ate a turkey dinner. Like I can't move. I can go out and go for a long walk or whatever I'd like right now. And that's the way raw foods are. They digest very quickly. They're very dense. They fill you up, and of course, I was making the comment to Hiawatha, who first introduced me to sprouting, which led me to raw foods. Not only does it taste so good, so fantastic, the lasagna is great. Not only is it so good, but it's good for you. There's not a lot of things out there. Usually when something really tastes that good, it's not good. You're eating some ice cream, or you're eating a sundae, or some kind of cookie you shouldn't be eating. But when you eat things like this, and what people can do with them, give them these flavors, it's really phenomenal. And I just love coming to these banquets because I don't always find the time to prepare these types of foods. I do a lot of salads. I'm into a great variety of foods. That's part of my health protocol. My philosophy is to get as many different foods as possible into your diet. Someone made the comment the other day about, what is this particular food that have basil or Swiss chard or whatever. It's good to know those things, and if you want to learn them, that's great, but you don't need to know any of that to be healthy. All you need to do is know, and I make the point all the time, health is really, really simple. And I can tell you that in one breath, how to be healthy. And if you follow that protocol, I guarantee you will be disease-free. If you are diseased, if you have a disease now, you can get rid of that disease. I don't care what that disease is. If you're on your bed, short of being on your deathbed, with your body fighting cancer, you can cure yourself of any disease at all. It doesn't matter what the disease is. Everything from cold to cancer, you can cure it, but it takes a change in lifestyle. So it is very easy to understand, but it is not easy to do. And one of the things I'm going to do tonight is talk about, and actually what I'm really here to talk about is water. I think it's the most, and I got one more of these left in case anyone needs one. I brought a whole bunch, and I brought way too many than I thought I'd ever need, and then everybody showed up here, so I didn't have enough. I'm talking about water. This is the most important thing. But there's some simple things you can do to change your health. Drinking water is one of them. I promote two types of algae, Spirulina and Chlorella. This is what you should have. This is what we should use for our protein rather than animal protein, meat, fish, eggs, or dairy, including soy. You should not use soy. It's better than animal protein, but you really want to use these two types of algae. They're the highest in protein than any foods, but they're also the most nutritionally dense foods in the world. So starting to drink water, starting to taking these pills, they're in tablet form, we have them in powder as well, so you can mix them up in your drinks or whatever you like. It's always also very easy to take these. Then probiotics, which is the friendly bacteria that you need, Acidophilus and bifidus, there's a few others. That's very easy to take and integrate that into your life. And then, of course, exercise. If you can start to exercise a little bit, that's somewhat difficult for people. Maintaining a positive mental attitude. That's not the easiest thing in the world for some people. I think, here we are in a church, and I also think that people, I think that the raw food movement, as it spreads, my vision for it and just sort of my opinion about how it's going to spread is going to be through the churches in this country. And it's churches like this. I've been contacted recently. I had a long conversation with someone today out in California, and he's doing just that. He's bringing the raw food movement into churches. He's working with Reverend Warren, the guy who wrote The Purpose-Driven Life. He's working with him directly. His store is just a couple of blocks away from his church. So I think this is where it's going to start. And I'll get to one of the reasons why I think that's true. But all the things that I've mentioned so far are relatively easy to do, which are water, Spirulina and Chlorella, the algae, probiotics, the friendly bacteria, exercising a little bit, even if you can get out and just do a little walking, maintaining a positive mental attitude, getting some kind of spirituality in your life, some prayer, meditation, these sorts of things. So many avenues for that. And then I think the most difficult thing is what we're doing here tonight. And it's raw foods. Now, it's not eating raw foods that's difficult. It's stop eating cooked foods. That's the really hard part that you'll find. You know, I'm like 99% raw. Some days, of course, I'm 100% most of the time. But, you know, it's taken me many years to get to the point where I can turn my back on cooked foods and not eat any. And to, you know, like I say, you know, I gotta, you know, push on the accelerator when I go past the pizza place, you know, because that's my favorite food, you know. And we're all addicted to cooked foods, and the more you get away from them, the less strong some of those addictions are. But you got to admit that to yourself, because it's like being an alcoholic. You know, really, it's one day at a time. If you are a serious alcoholic, you'll always be addicted to that alcohol. And for me, dairy products, you know, I'll always be addicted to dairy products. They were my favorite thing and the most difficult thing to give up for me. But of all the things that we consider healthy in our diet, and you know, that nutritionists, you know, generally tell you you need to have for your bones, and those are dairy products. That is the worst foods and the worst poison you can put into your body is dairy products. And this is my second book, Achieving Great Health, and I have a chapter about dairy products and why they don't belong in your body. And I just will say, unfortunately for me, they are not only very addictive, but they're also very, they're just pure poison and lead to more disease than almost anything else. And I will say that the casein in cheese is a physically addictive substance. I don't know very many foods out there that we regularly eat that is physically addictive. So when you eat cheese, you know that your body is reacting in a way physically that wants more of that substance. Whereas really, when we talk about being addicted to cooked foods, it's psychological. It's all upstairs. I mean, you can resist anything you want. You just have to make yourself do it. So becoming healthy is a lifestyle change. And if you don't make these fundamental changes in your lifestyle, you won't be healthy. And you know, people come and see me sometimes, and you know, and they want to do what I'm doing, and they want to follow down the path of health and follow down the path of nature. Because, like I make the point all the time, that all we need to do is to be healthy is follow nature. Nature has rules, and when we follow those rules, we are healthy. When we break those rules, the punishment is disease. And it's as simple as that. And I began to talk about the churches earlier. My feeling about all of this is your temple, your body's your temple. And we have the sanctuary right in here. Well, no one would take the trouble